Hey guys, thanks for stopping by my channel. Today's video, I'm going to be doing a tutorial using the Ohuhu colored pencils and color theory. Ohuhu approached me and asked if I would like to do a collaboration with them. And I said, sure, I do like these pencils. I have a review on this set from about a year ago. So if you want to know a little bit more in depth about these pencils, definitely go check that out. This is editing Crystal from the future. I realized after I filmed the video and I went back to edit, Ohuhu has changed some of the color names on these pencils from the time they first came out. I was coloring with my older set, so I will pop up the updated color names just to avoid any confusion if you're planning on coloring along and looking for the colors I'm talking about. For example, desert yellow in the old set is now called pastel yellow, and I mentioned in the video actually about the spelling mistake on the cerulean blue. They spelled correctly this time. So it looks like they just went back and like updated some stuff, corrected some things. This peach, for example, 114, they've changed it to a magenta, which is funny because I mentioned in this part where I'm using this color that it does seem a little bit more on the magenta side. So just a heads up, I thought it would be fun to do a portrait using color theory. And there are some really nice colors in this set. I know in my review video, I really butchered the name of these pencils. I have since learned, I believe they're called Halawa. I had quite a few comments of people laughing at me because I pronounced them wrong. I think I was calling them Halawa. I added some extra was in the title instead. So getting back to what we're doing here, they did send me a whole new set. I do use a lot of the skin tone type of colors, like this bunch over here I use a lot. So I was actually thinking about getting another set to replace those colors. And I said, oh, that sounds like a fun video idea anyway. So we're going to do that today. And what I thought we would work on is this portrait. All right, so I've already laid down my first layer. Believe it or not, you probably can't see it. It's not going to be showing up on camera because it's very pale, this color, and on top of the lights being so bright. But I'm starting off with this color called English Rose, using this as her base to give it a little bit of underneath warmth. What I'm going to do next is a little bit of this color, lavender. It's a little bit of a darker shade of violet. I thought it would be more interesting to start off with these colors. Since we're talking about color theory, we're going to stack opposite colors here to get a little bit more of a dynamic depth than you would get with just what you would typically think of as skin tones. So I'm just doing really light layers again. Everything at the beginning is very light layers. Okay, so this is kind of where the magic happens. We'll say we're gonna do desert yellow. We got our primer layer down, I think, pretty nicely here. You'll still see some purples peeking out in the corners when you do this, but don't worry. Yeah, it's gonna all work out at the end. You'll notice even just from this little bit of a beginning we did here, the yellow and the purple neutralize each other because they're opposite or complementary colors. Opposites attract. I'm gonna do some ivory next, I think. This color, Ivory 111. I think this is my favorite. Well, you can kind of tell. This is my favorite color in the Ohuhu set because it's like a warm leaning cream color ivory. Sometimes white is too stark white, and then you'll have creams in your sets and that's too yellow. This is a really nice color for light skin tones, as well as even deeper skin tones, as it works really nicely as a highlighter. So now we're just kind of blending again or stacking. I like to say, these are oil based, so kind of like to use the stacking turns, but these are advertised as oil based, but they do have a little bit of blendiness, like a wax pencil as well, I think. A little bit in between, I would say, a Prisma and a Polychromos. Feel wise, I'm not going to go in super far because I do want to still leave some white showing for highlight as we continue to stack our colors, though. I'll continue to go in closer and closer in to the center. All right, so next up, I'm gonna do this color, light blush. So I want to do her, I would say like her flush points here with this light peach. That to me means like your cheeks, where you would naturally blush if you were happy or embarrassed. Do her lips a little bit too, kind of get the base for her lipstick. Maybe a little bit on her eyelids and her forehead. Is that her temples? These are her temples, right? I'm gonna do a little bit of blue next, and maybe some gray to add a little bit more coolness and shadows into her face. So I'm gonna do this French gray and the ice blue. Let's do a little bit of ice blue to kind of balance out the peach a little bit. Let's see, we'll do right underneath her neck. That's where the shadows would be. And inside her ear canal here, her nostrils. Try to shade it in her nose a little bit over here. The yellow and the blue are gonna create somewhat of a green color, but I kind of like that because then maybe she could lean a little bit more olive toned. But if you feel like you're making like, you know, two colors that didn't work out together, like say you think if this turns out too green, you can kind of go over it maybe with a pink to neutralize it a little bit more. I think I'm going to do a little bit more of this English rose, just a little bit. There really is, I don't think, rules when you're doing skin, because all skin is different. You have the blood flow going on underneath, different temperatures happening. You really can't go too wrong. Like maybe you intended to do one, like you had one color or skin tone in your mind, then it kind of just could morph into something totally different at the end, but it still looks nice, I think. So I don't really worry too much with my end results. If it doesn't end up how I intended, I could just be like, oh well, maybe it's fantasy skin, or you could take it in another totally different direction by adding more layers or whatever you want. I think that's my take anyway. Next up, oh, we said we we're gonna do that gray, French gray, right? All right, so we'll do a little bit of the French gray to cool her down a little bit more in the corners. more down here where her neck and chin meet. You can kind of start to see a little bit more depth starting to happen under her neck. It is a very slow process, I'm not gonna lie, but it is doable. And you don't have to do it all in one go. You can take your time, you can do a little bit each day when you get a chance. I'm going to do one more layer of the ivory. I'll start going in a little bit further into her forehead. You could always look at pictures online. You'll notice usually when you're getting your photo taken, like this area, the forehead will be like a highlight there, like the bridge of the nose will be highlighted. Depending on the face, the direction of the face, like this one that I made is kind of straight on. I kind of try not to think too much about lights, where the light's coming from, and just kind of wing it. It's like, if I start thinking about the light source, where the light is, drive me crazy. Then I start overthinking it, and then I don't want to color anymore. I have these darker tan colors. Oh, we did French gray already. I have mongoose. I really like this color a lot too. This is one of my favorites as well. Let's do a little bit of tan. Deepen her up a little bit more. I don't want to go too deep because I am going for a really pale skin tone with this one. She needs definitely needs some pinks. I'll liven her up a little bit more. Start getting a little bit heavier over here where her cheekbone hits. Try to feather it out a little bit more just so your layers, the darker layers, seamlessly blend into the lighter center. It's not so harsh of a line. So I've got my pinks ready here. There's not too many pinks in this set, so I'm hoping in the future they do expand to at least 120. That would be really great. And we're going to do light rose, which is 116, and lavender aroma, that's 370, and peach, that's 114. So I'm gonna do her blush now, and then also add in some pinks and different spots. You know, I could of course keep layering and layering more of the same colors that we just did, but I kind of wanted this video just to basically be more so about using color theory to color our portraits, like what colors to choose, just to give you guys some jumping off points when you do your own coloring, and to just showcase the Ohuhu pencils themselves. So this lavender aroma is gonna act as our blush base. When this is my favorite part. If you didn't notice, almost all of majority of my videos and my shorts are all focusing on blush and this speed coloring of this section, because this really is my favorite. This is my favorite thing in real life too. I definitely have blush blindness for real. I like to wear a lot of blush and I have lots of, I keep buying different blushes too. Forgot about her ear. I'll do those later. This This lavender aroma is kind of acting as like a skin blush more so than necessarily makeup blush, but it's kind of like where we're our starting off point. I made this, I did make this in ChatGPT. Full disclosure there. I was looking and looking for pages I could use to do tutorials or just practice, like on my own personal practice sheets, and I wasn't really finding what I was looking for, because I really wanted something similar to the makeup practice sheets you see. They're like more like a simplified version of this. I wanted a little bit more of a realistic version of that, coloring page version of that. And we couldn't find anything, and you know, because a lot of the coloring pages will have like a lot of hair going on in the face or flowers and leaves, and I just wanted something like this, just plain and easy, and like not so much stuff going on, where I could just practice coloring skin tones. I really think when adding this lavender aroma, even though it says it's lavender, I feel like it's more on the pink side. She is really fair skinned, so I do want to add a lot of pink, like a pink, to her skin. I am going to go a little bit heavier, I think, in her forehead area. Then we're gonna go back, we'll go back over probably with ivory again. I think when I originally reviewed these, I told everybody to wait until they go on sale, and they have gone on sale. I think I saw them on Amazon for $35.99, which is I think is a very fair price for these. So you want to get a blender, blend this out a little bit as well too, so you can see here, I did go a little bit too heavy over here around her eye, but that might blend out after we add some more colors. We'll see, but if it doesn't, I'm gonna grab a blender. All right, so next we're gonna do light rose. That's kind of our mid-tone pink. So we're gonna start over here at her temples. So I got it right this time, and not super heavy, but like maybe like a medium pressure. You'll see here I have my pencil, holding my pencil in the middle. The closer you get, is the more pressure you're going to be applying to the pencil. So I usually like to sit around here in the middle, and the farther back is for lighter pressure. It's kind of like cameo pink, or I used to have this blush called La Vie en Rose that I used to like a lot. See, I told you guys, very into blush, blush colors. I don't know. I find it so relaxing to do this part. I think that's why it's my favorite part. I just like the blending aspect of it, I think. Now, you can stop here. That might be a more angled or dramatic kind of a look over here. When I do like a younger, if I'm doing somebody younger, I probably wouldn't start over here. I would probably start more in the center apple area of the cheeks. I don't know, I think just this kind of placement, more older or more mature than the apple area. That's kind of more of a youthful look. For this girl, we'll keep it a little bit more angular. Maybe let's give her a little on the temples here as well. I always have trouble coloring lips. I don't know why. I think I lose my patience at the lips section or something, but I usually just color them the same colors I do my blush tones. Let's come back with the lavender aroma. more. I think this kind of adds to the more translucent look than if we were to add more warmer brown tones. So that's why I stuck with the French gray, even though that's kind of like a warm color too, and the cool blues, and these pinks are kind of a little bit on the cooler side too, the lavender aroma anyway. Maybe before we go in heavy with this heavier color, bring in our English rose back and the ivory back again. I think so. Let's do a little bit more English rose. It's definitely light. You can do a lot of layers without running into like a wall sometimes. Or like a waxier pencil, it's hard to do numerous layers before you run into like paper issues or just like a wax, but like that waxy buildup. But these are pretty good. And now we do our ivory again. Definitely we're gonna add some white too at the end. All right, so let's live dangerously. I think I will add this peach, even though I do like the really pinky. This is a little bit more magenta-esque, I think, but we'll just do it like really a little tiny bit right by the hollow of where her cheekbone kind of meet. And then we'll blend. English rose we'll use as our blender. Let's see, the color blends. I don't even have to press super hard. I have to do some more lavender aroma. Oh, now I'm liking this side better. I liked the other side better before. Now I like this side better. Light rose again. Really, this part is just basically to your liking, and keep going and going until you're satisfied with the results. You could even push this into her eyes, her eye makeup too, if you wanted to. I do have to pull out the blender because I think I did this a little bit too dark. We make this side a little bit more darker too, just to match it. Usually you don't want to go below here, this area. So maybe we'll erase it. Just kind of go with the flow and see what happens. So I do have a blender. I'm going to use this. Oops, not my Prismacolor blender. I have a Prismacolor. I have a few different blenders, but I think I'm going to use this one, Marco Tribute blender, or the Master Tribute, just because it's a similar formula to these pencils. So I think it'll be perfect match for them. Yeah, works very nicely together. All right, so I'm gonna go back over the contour areas again with this tan, just to kind of regain the little bit of shadows that we lost by putting the blush on the side of her face. ice blue. Down here. Now we're just kind of tweaking stuff, adding colors. I think I said we were going to do her eye makeup blue. I think so. Okay, so I'm going to try another complementary color neutralization trick. Let's see if it works. I do want to tone down her blush a little bit, and I'm going to try and do it with this Bermuda 333. It's the kind of like correction colored green you would see at the drugstore or the makeup counter. Usually when you have a pimple, you use that underneath your foundation. Yeah, it works. All right, so since she has such a dramatic blush, we're gonna give her kind of a more understated eye look. And I'm gonna do her eyeliner here in silver. This is metallic silver and it's 85. A little bit of a silver eyeliner, and do this cerulean blue. This does have that spelling mistake, cerulean blue. And just gonna do really tight around the waterline area here. And we're gonna take our ice blue again and blend that out a little bit. A little bit more. Maybe we should even do all over the eye. I'm gonna do the whole eyelid because then it'll look too unnatural to have just one solid block of color there. Because your eyelid has cracks and crevices. In the center, we have to think of the center light too, of course. And I don't like to think about it. We do have to think about it sometimes. White is number 01. Just kind of blend that out a little bit. I get my blender. I'm going to use our blender pencil on top too. All right, so I think I'm gonna say we're like 95% done here. Finish this up, the rest of this off camera, just some finishing touches, some extra blending. We're back from the salon. We decided to go with a blonde hair color for our girl here, and we touched up her makeup a little bit. We really only scratched the surface on color theory in this video, and that was complementary colors and how they work together to neutralize each other. Let me know if you want to do any more color theory videos. We can talk about some other color schemes. And if you're interested in picking up this Ohuhu colored pencil set, you can find them on Amazon, directly on their website, TikTok shop. I'm sure some other places they did give me a 10% off coupon code to use on their website, and it's Crystal10. I will put that down below in the description box, as well as pin it to my comment section. And I hope you guys all have a really great rest of your day. Happy coloring, and I'll see you next time.